While there is not a red dot on the screen, it is time for me to open up Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. because this is the first time that I'm doing it, at least for Penny Parker and all of her merry friends. Now I don't know why we got Silver Samurai here as the featured character, but whatever. So Penny Parker, we'll look at her, look at all the uh, the powers and abilities that she has, along with the characters that we're going to use alongside of her. So we got Mysterio as one of the opponents, purple, blue, and yellow user. His purple ability, and I just had used Mysterio in one of the class events, so you would think that I would have his powers memorized or whatnot. But it's from thin air, cost 7. Mysterio goes invisible for 4 turns, creates 5 blue trap tiles that if they're matched away, they deal or destroyed, they deal damage, and they deal a little bit more damage when Mysterio is invisible. For my next trick is this passive. This requires us to have, or the AI to have, 8 AP banked up. As long as there's 8 AP banked up, you'll convert 5 blue AP to yellow AP, and then you deal damage to the highest level enemy, not not something that you see often. And then if there's still 4 more blue AP after you do the conversion of this ability, then you stun the target for 2 turns. The conditions to meet everything for my next trick is kind of crazy. So essentially, to get the 2 turn stun, you gotta have 12 blue AP. Again, not that impossible. It's just very unlikely that you'll get the 2 turn stun off. And then finally, the pledge is this yellow ability. This costs 6. It'll place a countdown tile on the board, and then as long as the countdown tile is on the board, each time you make a yellow match, you generate purple AP, which fires, which that will roll into his purple ability. And then when the countdown tile goes off, you'll steal a burst of health from a random enemy and an ally, and you get healed. So since this is a one-on-one fight, he's just gonna be stealing health from us when the countdown tile goes off. As far as affiliations for Mysterio, which they, meaning Broken Circle Games, actually kind of has it right now: heroes, villains, and technologists. And again, my Mysterio has the Winter Illusion costume on, but that's not his default costume. Alright, Spider-Bot, Penny Parker. She is a blue, red, and black user, so which kind of makes sense because again, she's rolling with a robot. I'm not gonna say any robots or technological uh, users. They typically have red, blue, and black. Someone with enhancements, so to speak. I'm thinking of Hulkbuster. I'm thinking of Deathlock. Those are two that just come to mind. So experimental webbing is their 7 AP blue move, and it stuns the target for 4 turns. It creates a 5-turn experimental webbing countdown tile that stuns the target for an additional turn. And if experimental webbing is used on a different target, then remove any experimental webbing tiles targeting the original target. And then passively, the power is the power is decreased by 1 for each experimental webbing tile on the board. So the cheapest we can get it is 3. So that's going to be a lot of castings to get it down. Um, since it's a one-on-one fight, it's not really going to matter that much to have the stun. Hits keep on coming. This costs 7. Deals damage and then additional damage for each experimental waving tile targeting the enemy. At higher levels, more damage, more percentage of damage. Think of it kind of like Hulkbuster's Red Repulsor Punch. And then 10 ton slam is their black ability, costs 6, deals damage to the target, and then damage to other enemies, and then for each experimental waving tile on the board, deal additional damage to all possible targets, including allies. Then at higher levels, more damage to other things, you know, all that good stuff there. So her or their abilities are Hero, Spider-Verse Technologies, Time Displace, Enhance. Alright, so let's look into it. Is it no stuns allowed? Okay, no fun allowed. As I wanted to grab that blue, I really don't want Mysterio to get started with that purple. Cause then he goes invisible and then we got no way to deal with him at the moment. Cool. So even though it doesn't stun. Yeah, we could have used that red. Okay, there's the pledge. Oh, and now Mysterio is gonna go invisible, but that's why I'm glad we're getting all this. Oh yeah, because he's invisible, that's right. But we can still go through with it though. Yeah, pretty much got no choice there. Alright, he's only got 2 more turns to be invisible, but by then we will have more than enough AP. Well, not to be dealt with retribution, but we'll have more than enough AP to get him out of the paint. Hopefully. Yeah, now I better match that purple because I don't want him to go invisible again. Even though there was another purple on the board. Alright, drop out multiples of these here. I thought it had been a multi-hit animation at least. That's just me. Don't have to worry too much about those there. Let's get rid of that there, so you don't steal any health from us. This is gonna... Okay, cool. It still works. And it should do just enough damage to knock him out. I said the lack of a stun with, you know, the welcome to shields, that kind of makes things a little bit more annoying to say the least. Let me think here. Let me go with old Flyboy Icarus here. Oh yeah, MODOK is another person that's a technologist. I forgot about them. So and now I'm going airborne. Yay. There's just a little bit. No more free hits. Cool, I'll just take the red AP. That's an easy peasy, at least so far. All right. Now let's get into the warm-up nodes and all of them there. All those there. Magneto, purple, blue, red user, blue costs, well, the way I have it, it costs 9, but it can cost more than that there, if you have it at level 5. But anyway, what it will do, it will create a countdown tile, or place a countdown tile on a random blue basic tile. And then when the countdown tile reaches 0, it destroys some tiles on the board. It doesn't generate any AP, you know, just your typical board shake shenanigans. His red ability, it costs 14. At lower levels, it can cost cheaper than that there. But what it will do, it will create a 1-turn countdown tile on the board. When that countdown tile reaches 0, it will destroy some number of tiles up on the board that's surrounding that countdown tile. And then when it does that, it will actually generate AP and do all the other, you know, board destruction shenanigans. Again, his blue and red are pretty much similar. One actually generates AP, the other one doesn't. And then his standout ability is his purple ability. And so what purple does, you choose 3 blue basic tiles. Once you choose, you choose basic tiles to convert to blue basic tiles. And then it will convert some random tiles into red basic tiles. So you can use the blue as a way to make a match 5 to get started with Hawkeye or any other characters that need to generate blue. And what I mean by Hawkeye, I mean the 2-star Hawkeye. His affiliation, heroes, mutants. Again, doesn't really matter here because we're just trying to go through, knock these nodes here out pretty quickly. Yeah, now you notice I'm not going with Thanos today because it's a chill video, so go ahead, use Rockin' and Groot with Polaris, knock things out real quick. Alright, show your stuff, another blue, purple, and red user, though not in that particular order. Daredevil. Classic Daredevil. Well, not really classic Daredevil, because that would be... Never mind. That's me going off a tangent. So, his purple ability, Radar Sense, costs 10. Removes... Is it at least at level 3? strike, attack, or protect tiles. Well, up to 3 strike, attack, or protect tiles, and converts those there into basic tiles, and then deals damage for those um, tiles that are converted. And the tiles that are converted, they obviously have to be enemy tiles. It'd be kind of weird to convert friendly tiles into basic tiles. Bullseye. Standout ability is his blue ability. Billy Club. This costs 9. Stuns the target for 2 turns. Creates a 3-turn blue countdown tile that when matched away by us, it will, or just matched away period, it'll give us some blue AP back. But if the countdown tile reaches 0, then it will restun the enemy for 2 more turns, and then go about its merry business. Now, if you time it right, if you get 18 blue AP, and you have at least 1 enemy left, you can actually get them into a stun lock, which is pretty cool. And then finally, his red ability, Ambush. This costs 8, and what it will do, it'll convert a red basic tile into a trap tile, and then while the trap tile is there, if it's matched away by us, it will do some damage, and then it'll be reconverted into another trap tile on the board. But if the enemy matches it away, then it does much more damage to them. Affiliations, for those that care, heroes, street level, blah blah, all that good stuff there. Again, doesn't really matter here because we're just here to destroy stuff. More boost, yay. Alright, let's see here what we got next. Toughen up. Ooh, Battery Bird, cool. So Battery Bird, black, blue, and green user. His black costs 6, and what it'll do, it'll send Vulture airborne for 2 turns. While he's airborne, he can't be targeted by attacks or dealt damage he can't make matches, but if you have other allies that are there, they can make matches. But anyway, at the start of each turn, while he's airborne, he'll generate AP in black, blue, green, and red. Various amounts of AP will be given depending upon the levels of your black. Green is 9 AP, and what it will do, it'll create a 3-turn green countdown tile on the board, and while the countdown tile is on the board, it harmlessly does nothing. But then when the countdown tile reaches 0, it will deal damage to the entire enemy team. Now, if you happen to be airborne, or if you happen to fire the ability off and then get airborne, then what it will do, when Vulture comes back from being airborne, it will destroy that countdown tile, and then deal much more damage to the enemy team. And then finally, his blue ability, Hybrid Tech Slicer. This costs 10. It will destroy enemy strike, attack, and protect tiles for 10 blue. But if you happen to go airborne and do that there, then it will target countdown tiles and other tiles as well. So his affiliations, technologists, villains, all that good stuff there. But only thing we're really worried about is him getting airborne. Whoops, I misspoke. I forgot. Yeah, Vulture Vulture's blue just does damage to the target while he's not airborne, and when he is airborne, it will do damage to the enemy team. I'm so used to firing off his black getting airborne and then, you know, shenanigans. So mea culpa. Well, just go ahead and get him airborne then. Sadly, I don't wouldn't have a way to, you know, target those countdown tiles and all that there. So, and see, and there goes the stuff from Circling Prey. So yeah, now could we activate Penny Parker stuff? Yeah, we could, but that's not cool. Alright, and there goes the Hypertech Slicer. Hitting them countdown tiles instead, which that's good. Because again, we don't have any experimental webbing, so. Alright, that was, I'm not gonna say lucky, but I'm gonna say that was kind of useful there though. Alright, then to test the skill, ooh, Spider-Man back in black. Cool, cool, cool. So he is a blue, purple, and green user, as I'm trying to think of, oh, well, okay. Oh my gosh, I was thinking about characters for tomorrow in order to use with Spider-Man, but we might as well talk about it now. So Spider-Man's blue ability, it costs 6. What it'll do a 1-turn stun to the enemy team. Oh, well, actually to the target, not to the enemy team. It'll do a one turn stun to the target. Alright, and then if there's an enemy that is stunned, you know, that's still stunned on their team, then Spider-Man will do a little bit of additional damage if you fire off the power with an opponent stunned. His green ability costs 14. It's called Automotive Artillery. It's still way too high for what it does. And so it deals damage to the target, ignores projectiles, and then it stuns a random enemy for 3 turns. And then finally, his purple ability, which is a passive, what it will do at the start, as long as Spider-Man is an active participant in the battle, he will turn all strike tiles, and he'll effectively make them one damage strike tile. So normally how strike tiles would work, strike tiles amplify the damage of all the, like, everything in the game, whether it's skills, whether it's match damage, you know, countdown tiles, attack tiles, etc. So it would amplify the damage. But with Spider-Man, you know, entering the battle, making, and I should specify, it's the enemy strike tiles, not just all strike tiles, but it makes enemy strike tiles uh, deal deal one one point of damage, or make it increase towards 1 point of damage. So, example, Rocket and Groot, at the start of the battle, their strike tiles create, we'll say, we know is 7 strike tiles for, will make up a number of 370 damage. Well, if Spider-Man's out on the board, he essentially says, hey, 369 of that damage there, nah, you don't even have it there anymore. So it's just a one point strike tile essentially. And then also too, passively, if there's an enemy stunned, then Spider-Man goes invisible for however many turns that enemy happens to be stunned. So if you have, we'll say, the 4 or 5 star Iceman, okay, the 4-star Iceman can stun for 4 turns. Spider-Man is invisible for 4 turns. If you have the 5-star Iceman, he's stunned for however many turns you happen to match those blue countdown tiles. In the case of Gamora here, well, you know, hey, 3 turns stun plus 1, so, you know, all that good stuff there. As far as Spider-Man's affiliation, Spider-Verse, Heroes, Street Level, all that good stuff there. Like I said, this Spider-Man here really needs a massive rework, and I do mean a massive rework. Because Shadowy Acrobatics, I mean, it's useful in a sense, but with folks like Rocket and Groot and, you know, Polaris kind of falling out of favor, at least in certain parts of the game, you know, it's kind of useless to have, to say the least. But that's neither here nor there. Green, like I said, green is way too costly for what it doesn't do. Alright, okay, so yeah, so it's you, so, and now Spider-Man goes back to the background, goes invisible. So Spider-Man just had to take this damage here. Why? Yep, same about the Spider-Man. You're like, wow, man, they just took out a champion Spider-Man. It's like, yeah, it did, but not much I can do about it, because did you see how woefully inequipped he is to handle any of this here? Because it's like no web tiles, got a slight problem. Still wouldn't do enough damage, even if I wanted to. Yeah, that might be the likelier solution there. Deal damage accordingly at each turn, and then go from there. Yeah, doubtful that we'll get the alternative win condition because the AI already has purple on lock with their media cover tile. She should survive that, or they should survive that there. Alright, then she'll take damage from the sniper rifle. Because this would have been so much helpful with Spider-Man. Because then he would have had the green, and then I'd have been able to do pot shots. Alright, let's see if we can get the alternative win condition to happen. And I think we do. Alright, so there is all of the Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff, at least for day one. Let's look at the vault as per usual. You know, hey, opportunities to get, you know, the new Peni Parker, feature 4-star, random 4-star, feature 3-star, you know, blah blah blah. You know, legendary tokens, none of this here pretty much changes. Except, you know, who is offered in the vaults. So we got the feature 3-star there in the case of Daredevil, and the feature 2-star and Magneto. Now your luck might be slightly different than mine, but you know, hey, you might get the legendary token. So thank you all for watching. Be back at it tomorrow. Well, with for me it'll be a double feature with Crash of the Titans and day 2 of Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D. Hopefully Spider-Man won't have a disastrous showing. I think for day 2 I'm probably going to break out I reserve my rights for 5-star characters. I'm thinking I might have to for that there, because what we need to do in order to get stuff to work, yeah, we're probably gonna need a 5-star for this for the rest of the challenges here. But as for future media to worry about, be excellent to your fellow human beings. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.